Oh, I don't know if I caught it, but that guy, that guy's fucking silly as fuck, man. So he walks up to the counter and says, "Oh, sorry, people, sorry. I'll get out of your way." He walks up to the counter, and the guy that works there, super cool kid, he's like, such and such. He's talking to his manager. She walked over, and so like in between then, I kind of walk up behind the guy because like I'm definitely at least a foot taller than the dude, and I probably got like 150 pounds on him easy. So biggest part of this thing here though, so this guy comes in, and I don't know who the fuck he is. I don't even work there. I mean, I'm just trying to be nice because like the kid seemed a little, it sounded like he was nervous, but in reality it's just like he had nothing, like no idea what to say to this guy. And I don't blame him because it's a weird fucking thing for the guy to say. And now that I'm building so much tension, I'll tell you. So the guy, I walk up behind him and he turns around and looks at me. And so I just stared at him like, who the fuck are you? Because you never know, there could be crazies that come in there. And what's funny about it is that it got my attention because this kid with his grandma was just in there, and they left, and he said, "Hey grandma, that gun's broken." And he was referring to the no gun policy on their door. The point is that the kid says the gun's broken, grandma says no it's not, the gun's not broken, you're just not allowed to bring guns in here. And then so she's rambling about some shit when they leave, and I'm like, okay, fuck it, whatever. But it was going through my mind, right? So I'm listening to the kid, and then I hear this guy walk up, or I see this guy walk up to the counter and hear the guy working there say, "Hey, so-and-so." So that's when I walk up behind the guy, because I'm thinking, now my head's thinking about guns and like just like crazy people, and the guy looks kind of weird. So he looks at me kind of like he was like some little weasel, like he was nervous. But I swear to God, if I saw anything that looked fucked up, and I was like already ready for it. The guy looked like he was like a fucking twerp. So personally, I wasn't too worried about it, but just like to see if he had anything dangerous, because I was about to beat the shit out of him, you know, like just fucking throw him on the ground. Like I could one arm throw him on the ground easily. This guy was so small. Anyway, so I didn't see any threat. I saw him have flyers and shit in his hand. And so the chick walks over after I grabbed my shit, so I stuck around for a second just in case, because it's only the two of them. And they're on the other side of the counter, so grabbing anything from him, if he did get dangerous, would be hard. And so he leans over the counter, and I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And he says, "Oh, I don't know if you remember me, but I came back and blah, blah." He's telling some fucking story about Colorado making pot legal. So in a roundabout story, which is kind of funny when you think about it, this guy's like probably some like total peace fucking keeper. He's like some hippie fucking stoner that wouldn't even touch a gun if somebody gave it to him. And I'm nervous that this guy has a gun and he's trying to fucking rob the place. You know, and then he's talking about fucking making pot legal and free seminars, and I'm like thinking like, dude, like you're a fucking nut job. I can rattle off a bunch of people I know from like school, or people I've seen, or people I'm acquaintance with, like I work with. No, I'm just kidding. I can rattle off a bunch of places that there's a bunch of stoners that go around it, because you can tell, you can just look at them. Now, what's funny is that at work, I came outside and I'm like, man, that's either one of two things. That's either a fucking skunk or it's some fucking skunk weed. And I kind of thought it was weed at first, and I'm like, man, that smells like fucking weed. And then Bumpy, like, man, that fucking smells like weed. You know, and I'm like, man, there can't be somebody, there's nobody smoking weed out here, right? Like, that's ridiculous. God, motherfucker, I'm gonna have to move this bike. He's cool as fuck. That dude's so fucking cool. Anyway, Thank you. This fucking guy was out there just like smoking a blunt in his car outside the dealership, and I walked up to the car and the guy like fucking, he like freaked out. He had no idea what to do. I'm like, dude, you can't be smoking weed out here, man. Like, I can smell it 40 feet away and your windows are closed. So don't fucking smoke that shit out here, you know? There's a lot of people that don't like that shit. And if you walk into the wrong business and pitch legalizing pot to somebody, they're gonna call the cops on you and get you thrown out, and then you're never gonna get your message across. Whether or not it's a positive message or not, I can't argue with that. But like, it's not the right place to be doing that shit. So I just thought that was super funny as fuck, that he was like trying to pitch the idea of fucking having seminars for people and shit. So once I heard that he was trying to legalize pot and they had seminars, I was like, fuck this. There's no way he's harmful. So I just left. I'm like, fuck that. Whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully these videos are actually good, and I'll see you guys later.